Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Milwaukee Gen 2 M18 rear handle circular saw. Part number is 2930-20. Currently right now on sale for $249. It's usually somewhere in that $249 to $300 price range. Just depends on when it is that you get it, and then sometimes they got some free stuff that goes along with that as well. Now this isn't a new tool, it's not a new saw, it's been out for a little bit of time now, but I already had the Gen 1 version, so it was kind of hard for me to upgrade and spend $250 plus to get another saw that I already had the capability of using. But as we get into it, and that's what this video is going to be about, is what are the differences between the Gen 1 saw and the Gen 2 saw. So this video is not going to be about me cutting through 1,000 things and showing you the performance. Both of these are going to cut extremely well. But what are the differences between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2? Is it something that would cause you to upgrade as well? Because some of the features I think are well worth it in my opinion. But again, ultimately, you know the answer to that, and hopefully this video helps you with that. So let's go ahead and jump right into the differences. And I'm not even going to make you wait for the number one reason. We're going to hit that up first, and that is the weight factor, because if there's one downside to the Milwaukee Gen 1 saw, it is that it is a heavy saw. It comes in at 9.9 pounds, especially if you're just holding it out like this, which normally we don't use this saw in that way. We've got it like set on some sheet goods. We're ripping 2x12s. However it is that we're using this saw, we normally aren't just holding all that 9.9 pounds right out in the open, but it is still a heavy saw. Well, the Gen 2 version comes in at 8.3 pounds, which is 1.5 pounds lighter. That doesn't seem significant, especially if you've held like the little 2-pound dumbbells. You think, oh, that's nothing. But I can tell a huge difference just in my left hand over here, which isn't my primary hand. I can hold this saw out, and it even feels lighter than the Gen 1 version in my right hand that I use all the time, holding it out there in the open like that. I can tell the difference just like that. But a good test would be, if you think it's going to make a big difference, a 5.0 battery weighs just a hair over 1.5 pounds, like 1.52 or something like that. Take that, put it in your Gen 1, feel the weight of that saw, and then take that battery out. If that feels significant to you, that's basically what you have in weight there. So essentially you're getting the weight of the Gen 1 saw without a battery in a Gen 2 saw while you're running the battery. So it kind of takes the battery out of the picture. Again, that's a smaller battery. You go adding in some of the 12.0 forges or the 8.0s, you're still adding more weight, but you're going to put that same exact battery in your Gen 1 anyway. So definitely the weight is the number one upgrade. The second upgrade, and this is maybe my opinion, this could be either or. I could see some people preferring the older version over the newer version, so I guess it's a difference. Whether or not you want to call it an upgrade is up to you, but that is the trigger lock. So in the older model, you had to use your thumb, press down on this, and then pull the trigger. That's what allows you to have that trigger lock released. Well, that also keeps my thumb up here all the time, so then my grip is kind of more along the lines of this right here while I'm using it. Now, obviously, once you get it started, you could come back down and do that. Whereas the trigger lock on the Gen 2 is now just a lock and unlock button. So right now it's locked. Now it's unlocked. I don't ever have to go back and unlock it. I can always keep my hand in this position right here. Whether that's as safe or not, I don't know. I feel like it's an upgrade in my opinion. Again, it just depends on your personal preference. If you feel a little bit safer with this one, maybe you would prefer that trigger lock instead. But that is ultimately one of the key differences. The next difference, and probably a big difference to a lot of people out there, and then a minor difference to some people, is the cutting capacity. So even though you're using the same 7 1/4 blade, if I pull up the blade guard on my Gen 1 and I go from the shoe to the bottom of the blade, I'm looking at about 2 3/8 as far as the depth of cut is the deepest that I can go right there. So that's going to change on your angle cuts as well. You're not going to be able to get 2 3/8, but you're going to get the equivalent of that cutting capacity as far as on the Gen 1 model. And then if we go over to the Gen 2 and we measure from the shoe to the bottom of the blade, I'm looking at about almost 2 3/4 inches right there. So it's a little bit less maybe than 2 3/4, but you're gaining a little bit, almost a 1/4 inch of cutting capacity as far as the depth. And of course that's going to change on your angle, but you're still going to get that same extra capacity on the angle in comparison to the Gen 1 version. So cutting capacity is another difference and another upgrade in my opinion. Now let's go ahead and talk about two things that I feel like are minor and definitely not something that would cause somebody to be like, oh, I've got to go upgrade my saw now. But I think if you add these things in with the cutting capacity, the trigger lock, the weight, it might just be something that adds on to that to cause you to say, hey, you know what? I think this might be a better fit for me to upgrade with. And that is the performance. So Gen 1 comes in at 5,800 RPMs as far as the cutting performance, whereas Gen 2 is at 6,000. So only 200 RPM. Again, that by itself, I wouldn't go spend an extra $250 and kind of upgrade my saw. But if you add that in with the other stuff, maybe that's what's going to cause you to do that. The second thing is, and I didn't even notice this till I got out of the box and I was putting my blade on, but the blade change, it's the same process. It's not any easier, except for you can put any blade you want to on here and you don't have to have that triangle design cut out where you've got to pop it out of your saw blade. The spindle on the Gen 2 version just has your regular like spindle to where you can put the circle from any blade on there and use it, whereas on the Gen 1 you kind of have to pop out that triangle design in order to put your saw blade on there. I'm sure there's a fancier name for that triangle design. I have no idea what it is, but I also run the Milwaukee 7 1/4 miter saw, and sometimes I've had to use my blades because something happens and I need to replace the saw on my, or the blade on my miter saw, and I can't just go take the one off of my, you know, rear handle saw that I've got in my truck if that's the only one I have available because I've already popped out that diamond. So the fact that you can just kind of go back and forth, I really like that. May not be a big deal to most people, but again, those are two differences between Gen 1 and Gen 2. Now let's go ahead and get into the final difference that I'm going to cover. There are some other differences that I just feel like aren't that big of a deal. For example, the Gen 2 has a bigger cutout to allow your battery to cool down. Maybe that's going to give you a little bit longer run time than that of the Gen 1 version over here. The Gen 1, I actually prefer the measurement plate on the shoe. It's kind of a separate plate. I feel like that's a little bit easier to read than that on the Gen 2 version. It's just a stamped plate. I kind of like the Gen 1 shoe a little bit better. The biggest difference for me is the dust collection, dust control, however it is that you want to word it. Over here on the Gen 1, you have this slot here. Now you can add something to this and hook it up to a vacuum, but I normally don't run mine with a vacuum. Again, I use this saw usually outside cutting sheet goods and things like that. And this just spills out all over you, all over your workpiece, all in your tool bag, all in your tool pouches. Just gets everywhere. It's just blowing it all over you. Whereas on the Gen 2 model, it's a little bit easier because the dust collection port just stays on there all the time. So if you do want to use a vacuum, it's much easier to use this one right here, and it's not blocking your vision of being able to see your blade. But even whenever you're not using a vacuum and you just use this, the dust, more of it's coming out over here than directly all over you. Now, yes, you still are going to get some all over you, but it's still a little bit less than that was happening on the Gen 1 version, which is why dust management is a big upgrade in my opinion, especially for me, because I can't tell you how many times I've had to dump out my fastener pouch that I'm wearing on my side where the sawdust is just rolling up in there while I'm making cuts with that Gen 1 version. So again, those are some of the differences. This isn't a performance review. Obviously the Gen 2 should cut better than the Gen 1. It's going to perform as good, if not a little bit better. I've had no problem with the performance of my Gen 1, so it didn't matter to me in the performance aspect of things. If it worked exactly the same as far as performance wise, but had those upgrades like the weight change, the dust management, the trigger lock, things that I like, that's what would cause me to upgrade. I will put in some clips here showing me cutting some different things in case that's what you're kind of looking for. But again, that's not kind of the idea behind this video. I already own the Gen 1, and I'm thinking from the perspective of, if you already own the Gen 1, is it worth it for you to upgrade to the Gen 2? These are kind of the differences. So hopefully that helps you guys make the decision. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about it. Let me know if you've been running Gen 2 for quite some time. Are you glad, especially if you had the Gen 1, are you glad that you upgraded? Is it worth it in your opinion? Drop that in the comments below as well. As always, I hope this video was useful. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. I'll see you in the next video.